Alright, everyone. I know it's the very start of the day. It's currently 5:57 in the morning. Got up pretty late, but, or early, sorry. Just had some coffee, but I'm all ready for today. My radio is ready. I believe our drone is charged just in case if we see any good looking supercells, later today. Uh, the her was a little busty earlier, but it is gone back. It's trending back toward severe weather discrete supercell mode, meaning tornadoes could be possible. Just looking at the threats here, large hail damage wind speeds and tornadoes across all southeast Michigan today, with the exception of only the top of the thumb, as you can see right here. So as you can see, have multiple ways to be ready to go, and in case of a tornado warning, don't be scared. Be prepared today, as we're looking at a pretty high and above normal risk than usual today. So we're kind of very much watched over that. I mean, just look here. Tornadoes, atmospheric conditions will be supportive of strong tornadoes. So we need to be ready for that today as well. Got any plans? Make sure you have enough equipment and a phone on you at all times today in case of a tornado warning, maybe even a PDS or tornado emergency is issued later today, because we have the chance of that. As you can see, a large hail is also a very big threat today. Uh, there's some talk about moderate. If we do upgrade to moderate, which I doubt right now, I was a little iffy on it earlier, but I'm gonna stay away from it for now. Damaging wind gusts except for 60 miles per hour. I will be live, so I will post my Discord server into the chat, so that you guys can send reports from your location, so I'll know what to do and what is going on the ground, because I don't have that at all times. There's not always chasers. Everyone right now is in the plains after the moderate risk yesterday. It's damaging winds, 60 miles an hour. All these threats are possible. I especially want to say, we were a few days out. We were the day before, but this is followed up all the way to the day of. Uh, Please remind your family and communicate what the plan is if you do go under a tornado warning or PDS tornado warning or tornado emergency. Just a recap. Sorry, I was interrupted. Some morning Alexa thing. Um, as you can see, and know how to evacuate and or get to safety from wherever you are. If you're on the road, pull over. Avoid overpasses. When a warning is issued, you may only have seconds to take action. That is an actual fact. You have no idea where the tornado is. If you're watching my live stream, you might, but say you're out of signal. So we're gonna go take a look at the weather models real quick and what the actual threat is for today. Alright, here you go. Here are the weather models. The 90Z her is coming out. Look at all these cells that are gonna be developing up later today. These can all get severe thunderstorm warnings. All will have potential for tornadoes. And heck, they aren't even in the Detroit, Michigan area. Or, well, they're in the Michigan area, but they're not yet in Detroit. I believe the biggest threat will be around 1 o'clock. Look at the 00Z, or the 0Z. 08Z. Look at this. We have damaging winds, as you can see. Look at that bow echo. Embedded hail and tornadoes, again, are a big possibility. These are all looking discreet. Doesn't look like a squall line. You know what a squall line we usually see is? It's usually a massive line that we just see stretching, and it just goes across, and we don't see many purples or anything. And look how many purples, maybe even whites at times, that we see. Those are all areas we could see possible tornadoes. Let me pull up the updraft alert cities. The Cape we're still uncertain of, but we're pretty certain that the storms will be damaging. And just look at anywhere from Port Huron, pretty much following here. Uh, so from here all the way up to Port Huron, and then so basically, if you're around here, any of these areas have the potential to see damaging tornadoes and hail. I believe are those biggest threats, and we could see an isolated hail or tornado system up here. Or this is for the morning hours right now, as these are going through right now as well. Ignore the Cape. Still something we're uncertain of, but we're pretty sure that there's gonna be potential in the atmosphere. I mean, look at some of the curvature as those storms start entering the area. Just look at all these curves. There's so much there's pretty much a good amount of rotation in the atmosphere. We are pretty certain that a this will be a pretty intense day. Um, maybe not intense, but maybe damaging. So, as you can see, these new models are coming in. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn that off. Um, just look at these cells. Now, as you can see, 11 a.m. It's still. I mean, look at all these cells. They're still going through. This one pushes widespread rain and thunderstorms north, but there's gonna be that prefrontal that's gonna go this way. So, I mean, it gives it more time for those cape values to build in. I mean, just look at the curvature in these areas that are not yet to be impacted on this model run. It keeps on changing. Like if I go to the 06Z, there was like 3 model runs where it pretty much either scattered rain showers or discrete cells. I'm not completely sure. I mean, it looks pretty discrete, but very early morning hours. But there's been an uptrend on the timing going to around 1 o'clock. So let's go take a look at the actual risk and see what we're looking at today. So here's the tornado outlook. Anyone that knows me is pretty much in the yellow SIG line. Like I said, there's a chance of another one around here. You're probably gonna hear. I mean, maybe your phone will go off, maybe it won't, but you'll probably hear something from me again, like in my Discord server or in the community page of a tornado watch later today at around 10 o'clock. So, about 4 hours from now is when we're watching for potential tornado watches are probably going to develop around that time frame. So, as you see, the hail risk is pretty much reliant at this point. I mean, just look at this. Pretty much almost to all southeast Michigan is in a hail sig for 2 inches and greater in hail diameter. I mean, maybe just here or maybe the thumb here, but this is not something we see commonly. So this means supercells are definitely going to go through. And this seems like a discrete mode. As you can see, here's the wind damage. Like I said, from like Port Huron down to around here. I mean, that's more for tornadoes. That was the day 2 tornado. Whoopsies. But just look at that tornado sig line. All of Macomb, Oakland, uh, all of the Monroe counties. I mean, just St. Clair County. I mean, all this is, like I said, under 10% tornado sig. Now, if you're outside the sig, you'll have to worry less about, strong and potentially violent tornadoes. So you got that going for you. So part of Illinois right now we have the storms just a little to the west of Illinois, but as they again go through the Michigan area, they could go to some pretty good standards. And again, I'm gonna make maybe another video later today after the next outlook. And yeah, I'll be following today. So don't be scared. Be prepared.